What's up, Del Valley? My name is Tori, and this is DVTV. And in this week's headlines, sports headlines, senior announcements, KXAN visit, Powder Puff highlights, NHS head shave, and much more. Stay tuned. In sports news, tonight, the softball team play their pink out game versus Austin High at home. The baseball team also plays at home versus Lehman. Both are district games. Next week, the track team will compete in the area meet. Congratulations to the following students who qualified: Shamaz, Kai, Dante, Alfred, Waltanisha, Paige, Judy, and Alexis. Also, the golf team will compete in the regional tournament today and Saturday in Waco. Good luck to everybody. Senior announcements. Baby pictures are due May 2nd. Deliver your photos to Coach Rodriguez in D200. Also, the deadline is quickly approaching for seniors to record their graduation shoutouts for this year's grad bid. As the class of 2016 reaches the end of an exciting 4-year journey filled with many challenges, triumph, and excitement, they would like us to reflect on those who really made a difference in our life. You can record your shout out during Cardinal time in the DVTV studio. See Mr. Bradley and E150 for details. Here's a sample shout out video to give you an idea of what you can do.
Good luck next season. I want to give a shout out to Coach Driscoll being the person I can hang with and talk to. Shout out to the Auto Tech class.
I want to shout out Miss Allen for always being there for me and just doing everything she can, helping me get into college. And
I want to give a huge shout out to Miss Trejo. She was my 9th grade teacher.
Seniors, for those who are doing credit recovery, the final due date is May 13, 2016. If you are not done with credit recovery by May 13th, your name will be removed from the graduation list and will be referred to Ms. Vasquez-Jones for graduation reviewing. If you have any questions, see Ms. Breyer in B205 or Ms. Abel in C200. Prom is coming up on April 23rd. Do you have a date? Are you going alone? You have less than 2 weeks to figure it out. This week in the Cardinal Spotlight is Ms. Bostonberger.
Good morning, Cardinal Nation. This is David Williams, your principal, and I'm here today to introduce you to our Spotlight Cardinal of the Week. This is Paula Baltusberger. Paula has worked at Del Valley for how long?
20 years. I've been here for 20 years.
20 years, almost as long as me. Paula, tell everybody what you do.
Well, I work with at this time I'm working with the juniors and seniors, and I run the 9th grade learning commons and also the K102 lab, computer lab.
Awesome. And she also takes care of our students after school in art. And a couple things about Paula that you might not know. First of all, how old was your dad when he died last year?
Yeah, well, David likes to always, it's nice that he remembers my daddy. My daddy was 104 when he died a couple years ago. So he used to live in Brazil, and that's where I'm originally from.
From Brazil.
I speak Portuguese. And
the reason I talk about her dad being 104 years old is because she's going to be here a long time.
I'm planning to.
Okay. And so we'd like to thank you for all the work that you do. And we wanted to make sure that we introduce you to our Cardinal community. And here's your Cardinal Spotlight teacher. And that also gets her lunch for 2 at Gail's Cafe down there in Culinary.
Perfect.
So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Have a good day, Cardinals.
Here's this week's prom tip of the week: how to fly without being on a plane. If you don't wear your seatbelt, you can fly right out the car in a crash. It's a brief flight, although the landing isn't that great. Neither is the crippling injury you might get as a result. Seatbelts secure you. Not wearing your seatbelt can hurt. Remember, you are 50% more likely to survive a crash if you are buckled up. Buckle up every trip, every time. The Powder Puff game was last Friday. There weren't a lot of highlights as it was a 0-0 tie. Regardless of the score, both teams had a good time. DVTV was on the scene.
I'm a man of no words.
That football game probably set back the sport of football at least 25 years. Juniors plodding around, not doing anything, no movement at all. Seniors couldn't take advantage of the speed they had. Cheerleaders ugly as ever.
I'm a man of no words.
Last week, KXAN came to visit DVHS and shot a story in the Forensic Science Lab. The students were doing a DNA extraction on strawberries. Check it out.
It's part of the high school forensic science classes. So far, they have successfully extracted DNA from cells of strawberries.
When you see people watching like the First 48 or like CSI, you think it's very easy, but it's actually a long process of you have to get a lot of testing.
And here's what he's talking about. In order to pull the DNA out of the strawberry, they had to puree it, add a solution to break open the cells, filter it, and then finally add alcohol to filtrate it.
NHS, Air Force Junior ROTC, and DV cheerleaders participated in the Honor Flight Welcome Back ceremony at the Austin Bergstrom Airport Saturday evening. World War II, Korean War, and Vietnam veterans returned from their trip to Washington, D.C. The Austin Honor Flight Program is a trip of a lifetime, free of charge for these veterans from Texas to visit their war memorial in Arlington National Cemetery. Del Valle got involved because one student, Victoria Garcia, a DV cheerleader, did a small favor for a veteran on Veterans Day. As a result, she was selected as an escort for the veteran for this trip to Washington, D.C. The NHS fundraiser was a big success. Because they reached their goal, Mr. Shoffin had to shave his head in D Hall downstairs. Check it out.
Mr. Shoffin volunteered to help NHS and motivate them to reach the goal of 3,005. 3,000 was our goal by volunteering to shave his head. So we got it. So thank you, Mr. Shoffin. We love you. Shiny Shoffin! Shiny Shoffin! Shiny Shoffin!
Have you been out to the garden yet? Did you even know we had one? DVTV sends a shout out to Mr. Barbosa's art students who gave the garden sign a much needed makeover. In case you didn't know, the garden is behind the school near the automotive garages. The garden is overseen by Chef Calder and Mr. Willard. Check it out when you can. Look for the sign. The UIL academic meet held on April 1st and 2nd at Westlake High School, and DV took home some honors. Edith Collins, 6th place, Ready Writing; Enrique Velasquez, 5th place, Editorial Writing; Lucero Nava, 6th place, Editing; and advancing to regionals, Estrella Sierra, 2nd place, Editorial Writing. Congrats. And finally, there is Saturday school tomorrow. Come out tonight and Saturday to see the Bells and Cardettes Annual Spring Show on the cover. The show will start at 7 p.m. in the DVHS Theater. All college acceptances, scholarships, and college commitments are due by May 2nd. Drop them off in E243. Do you want to see DVTV before anyone else? If so, subscribe to our YouTube channel and receive notifications when the broadcast is available. That's all for this week. See you next week with more Del Valle High School news.